thank you for the follow. Higher self spirit. Is Monday gonna go well for Sierra? Sierra, does this have something to do? It feels like the energy of something legal. You said, oh wow, yes, a protective order. Okay. So I don't want to like make you nervous or anything. I feel like the energy is that it's not gonna go exactly how you want it to go. But I don't feel like that's finality. Like it may just be a situation where something gets delayed or something like that. It's not but it's like go well is kind of it's kind of subjective. So like going well for one person could be different for another person, but I just don't want you to feel like it's not gonna end well. I think it's the overall picture is that it will end well and in your favor, but I just think Monday may have maybe something that may aggravate you or something like that. So I feel like Spirit wants you to be prepared for that. But the long term is supposed to be something better. You said it's been delayed a lot, but I see it being prolonged. Yeah, I think that's definitely the energy. But I think you'll be successful overall. It's just that the delays are aggravating. And so, I'm not going to say a delay is going to be well for you on Monday, but, because it's really like an aggravation. They stay restricting my life. Talking about it contains regulated goods. I ain't selling shit. At least not goods, services maybe. All right, so I'm just going with the bottom comment. Maya, well, I went back. Marcus's love. Higher self spirit. Thank you, Sierra, for trusting me with your energy. He said, what a gift you have. Well, spot on. I'll take it in stride. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. Will Maya win Marcus's love back? Higher self. So, Maya, I'm getting a no, but I feel like it's your spirit team trying to protect you from him because he's got raggedy energy. His energy reads like a straight user. Like, doesn't help around the house. Like it, I mean, you know, I don't know if y'all live together, but it's just it's like everything, he takes everything from you and does not fill your cup. But let me know if that resonates. Hi, Emma Driver. Maya, are you still here? Okay, maybe she's not here. Okay, for Emma Driver, will Mr. R meet me again? Higher Self Spirit, will Mr. R meet my Emma again? It gives the energy that you all have like a very highly spiritual connection. It's the energy of like maybe not in the natural or the physical, but in the spiritual, you all have like some unfinished business. That can also translate to the physical in some senses. Like if you have something spiritual you have to work out with this person, then that may be like something that has to take place as far as you all meeting again. It doesn't have the greatest energy attached to it. Like it's not, it's basically giving the energy of like tests and lessons between the two of you. And that's not really like, you know, like nobody really wants to have to go through tests and lessons with somebody. So let me know if that resonates. Thank you for the rose, funny. Funny memes. And if I answer a question for you, please just stay long enough to let me know if it resonates or not. Emma, are you still here? Thank you for the rose. Fuck this shit. That's funny. Alright, I don't see Emma. So Jen, will I get the Colgate job? Higher Soul Spirit, will Jen get the Colgate job? I'm getting a yes for that. Alright. Christina, will me and Z be in a happy relationship? Higher Self Spirit, you're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Will Z and Christina be in a happy relationship? Higher Soul Spirit, will Z and Christina be in a happy relationship? So your energy reads as like a happy person, but Z's energy reads as like someone who is constantly negative, constantly pointing out what's wrong, not really being appreciative. So let me know if that resonates. Thank you for sharing a lot. And thank you for the follow. Okay, so is that your energy that's more negative? You said he's kind of a positive person, always nice to talk to. One of y'all's energy needs some work. Is the energy that I'm getting for it to be like a happy relationship. Thank you for the follow, Melanie. You said no. I would say mine is happy too. Could it be my ex? That could be the energy I'm picking up. So I feel like if I'm picking up on your ex's energy, if that person's energy is still reading through your energy, that's a point of where you need to heal. So, like, even though outwardly you may display like this very happy, bubbly person, internally you still have some trauma from that relationship that is lingering that would need to be addressed for you to have a healthy, happy subsequent relationship. So let me know, does that resonate as far as something you might still be dealing with? You said yes, very much. It was an abusive relationship. Yeah, so I feel like you definitely, if you're saying that this other person's, if that's not that other person's energy, then it's whatever energy that's lingering within you from your ex that you need to acknowledge. And, you know, healing doesn't have to be like this long, drawn out, extensive process. It could just be a matter of you asking your higher self and your spirit guides of the highest light and vibration to assist you with healing that part of you. But you know, with that, it also means that you may have to be single for a time period. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with being friends with someone, and you know, if you have good conversations, that's cool. But I think that if you want for the relationship to be happy and have longevity, that it probably would not be a good idea for you to rush into that relationship without addressing the previous one. Well, thank you for trusting me with your energy. Candace, any blessings or good things going to happen in the next few days? Candace, you're welcome, funny memes. Are there any blessings or good things happening for Candace in the next couple of days? So I feel like Spirit wants you to be more appreciative for what you have. I think that the energy is that they'll show you some kind things within the next couple of days, and they just want to see if you're going to acknowledge that that was a blessing, and are you going to be appreciative of the small things, because it's like it's giving the energy of NBA, I'm gonna let you bow out gracefully before I block you, because just by you typing that, my spirit team is on it. So you can hide behind a computer, but you can't hide from the divine. So, the energy is like maybe you'll get like an extra fry at a drive-through, or maybe you'll get like, like for some reason I go to Sonic and they always giving me something extra. Like, if it's a drink or, just something extra. So it's like they want you to really acknowledge the small things. If you ask a question, so a question is very specific. Like asking me just generally what I see for your life or something like that, that's more of like a reading. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. Freya, will my boyfriend come back soon? Will Freya's boyfriend come back soon? Freya, I'm getting a no for that, and the reason is that either you or him was like a user in the situation. So I feel like either one or the other of you felt used. So did you feel used in this situation? You said I did. Yeah, I don't think you should want that back if you felt used. But, again, it could be heavily, it feels like your spirit team is protecting you from the person. Because, like, they see better for you. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, though. Will KVD get married? Herself, will KVD get married? I'm hearing no, but it's giving the energy of like maybe you have questions about your sexuality. I don't want to put your business out there like that, but let me know if that resonates. Sorry, the comments are going kind of fast. KVD, did you respond? I'm doing a reading right now. Is KVD still here? Okay. Did you hear what I was saying? And does that resonate? You say yes. Okay. So, I mean, you can get married if you want to. Spirit is not saying, oh, like, you absolutely can't get married. It's just giving the energy that maybe you just want to be a free spirit, like just date and enjoy people's company and date a man sometimes, date a woman sometimes, and you just like, you want to be free. And that's how the energy reads. The fact that you asked the question, I'm thinking you do want to get married, but like the energy is reading that maybe consciously that's what you think you want, but energetically, it's like I just want to be free to explore type thing. So spirit is basically like with anything, they're like whatever your heart desires, you know. So thank you for trusting me with your energy. All right, Sergio. Will Sergio get a boyfriend soon? So Sergio, I feel like Spirit is saying not necessarily soon, because they're trying to help you work through some things from the last relationship. It feels like that you are kind of naive when it comes to games. So like people can play mind games with you. Let me know if that resonates. You said I am very naive in relationships. I'm super loving and try super hard. I have an innocence. Yeah, I definitely feel like Spirit is like, we need to work on that. Because you're like that, you're so giving and are willing to like really love someone quickly. That's definitely the energy that is given. They're like, we need to reel all that goodness back in, because everyone's not entitled to that type of goodness. Everyone is not entitled to that type of love that you pour out onto people. And so Spirit is like, you know, you will be in a relationship eventually, but you don't want to be put in a position where you're just constantly being taken advantage of. So thank you for trusting me with your energy. You said, yeah, I've been trying to pour it into my friends and myself. Well, just be careful about friends too, because, you know, I'm not saying your friends are shady, but there's a lot of people that claim to be friends but really can't stand you. And for you to have the energy that you have, people can be jealous just because of who you are. Like people get jealous of your authenticity. You know, they wish that they could be like that. And so I would be, you know, cautious about friends too. Like pouring into yourself is exactly what you need to do. Because people will take your kindness for weakness, will take you for granted, you know, drain you of your energy because, you know, just because they can. So you need to be preserving your energy for yourself. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay, Khadijah, I have job interviews coming. Will I get any? Higher Self Spirit, will Khadijah get any other jobs? So Khadijah, it feels like you're gonna get the job that requires the lengthiest background check. It's almost giving the energy of either law enforcement or like the government. It seems like something would take a long time for like the clearance, but you would get that one. Let me know if that resonates. Are you still here? You say yes. Okay, good. Well, congratulations, Khadijah. Good job. Higher self spirit. So Angelina, has my ex Eddie moved on romantically? So I'm not going to read the energy like that because that's more of me reading into his energy without his permission. Connie, did my interview go well? Higher Soul Spirit, did Connie's interview go well? I feel like your interview went very well, but it's given the energy that they're gonna have to hire someone from like within. So even if you work in the company, it may be like they have to hire within that division. It doesn't have to be exactly like that, but that's the energy it's reading. And I feel like you shouldn't be discouraged by that because it really was a good interview, but it's kind of like it was already decided before the interview. That's the energy it's given. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Daphne is Tim, my person. Higher Soul Spirit is Tim, Daphne's person. I feel like he's one of your options, but like I don't like to kind of put things in a box where it's like my person, because you can have many people in this lifetime. I do feel like he is a decent option, but you know, like you have to determine if this person is really giving you what it is that you want. I don't feel like the person is, but that's something you have to determine, and that's really kind of like how you get to the person that's going to be that person that fulfills all of your needs basically. Is going through people that show you different aspects of a relationship that you do and don't like. So I feel like, again, this is someone you're supposed to interact with on that level. And I feel like it's more of something you'll learn from the situation than anything. I know that's not what you want to hear, but that's how the energy is reading. You said thank you. Okay, you're welcome. Was I answering your question? Okay. For P, what went wrong with P and the fiance? Higher Soul Spirit, what went wrong with P and the fiance? So it's given the energy that one of you has like a Smex addiction, and that was creating a lot of like infidelity. Let me know if that resonates. Are you still here? Thank you for sharing the live. Okay, so does that resonate, P? You said no. Okay. Well, it may not be your energy that I'm reading. Sometimes I can't read people's energy if spirit doesn't want me to. Um all right. So I'm trying to catch it. I do feel like if I wasn't able to, if spirit didn't want me to read your energy, that is given the energy that you don't want to hear what spirit has to say about it. Um, so I will say that if you don't like, if they don't feel like you want to hear it and they don't want me to discuss it, I feel like it may have something to do with on your end. So, do you feel like you had a large contributing factor to the demise of the relationship? Because it feels like you don't necessarily want to hear it because it's on your end. Okay. Well, maybe next time. All right. Let's see, Fatma. Does Anas really love me? I'm not going to read into whether he has somebody else, but I will, let you know what Spirit says about him loving you or not. It's giving the energy of he does love you, but it's not reading like romantic love. So it could just be a situation where maybe it's too soon for him to determine if he is like in love with you. But I feel like from a like maybe a friendship perspective, or he thinks that you're a decent person, like that is that type of love. Yes, thank you. Cause my spirit team is like, we not doing that. We don't play that shit. We not doing no spell work. We not doing no damn reading other people without their permission. Hell no. Um, did that resonate? So, is it Etiosa? I don't really want to mislead you. You said he's on and off, but he says he loves me. Yeah, I think that I really feel like that on and off might be because he's trying to figure out how he feels about you. Like it's almost like maybe the how he feels about you is intimidating. So it has nothing to do with you. It's nothing that you need to change. It's nothing that you're doing wrong. It's just that I think people are very intimidated by your energy, for sure. But Etiosa, I hope I'm saying that right. You always have the potential to manifest your dreams eventually. So, like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to read into that question because that's always the way. You know, you're welcome, Fetty. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. You can manifest the life that you want at any moment. You know, like, you have the ability to do that. You have the power to do that. You just have to believe that you have the power to do that. So that's the challenge. It's like, yes, you can absolutely manifest the life of your dreams 1000%. But are you, like, you know, can you attach to the belief that that is possible? So I hope that helped you. Andy, do you believe P will be serious? Will hold on, do you believe P will have a serious relationship with me? So will P have a serious relationship with Andy? Higher self spirit. Will P have a successful relationship with or serious relationship with Andy? Will P have a serious relationship with Andy? I feel like there's a potential for eventually, but I don't feel like it's going to be a quick situation. It's given the energy of like one or both of you have a lot on your plate right now, like just a lot of responsibilities. It's given the energy of like trying to juggle children and work and like playing sports and, you know, volunteering and, you know, working at the church. I mean, it's like just giving a lot of either one or both of y'all have a lot of responsibility. So let me know if that resonates. You said, I don't know about the references. The references? I don't know what you mean. Work related. So I'm just saying it doesn't have to be exactly, it doesn't have to be exactly how I said it. I'm just saying that's the energy that is giving, that you have a lot of obligations. Whereas like you really don't have the time or energy for a relationship right this minute. So that was, you said, yeah, we do. Okay. So yeah, I'm not saying it has to be exact. I'm just saying like it's a laundry list of shit that, you know, either one of both of y'all is dealing with. So what did you say, Chosen? Is it wrong to pray for everyone who secretly spoke about you? Well, first thing is that I don't like anybody who does me wrong. I nothing them. Like they're nothing. I don't have to I'm definitely not going to pray for them. I don't have to wish them harm either though. So like I'm not wishing any harm. I'm not wishing them well. They can kiss my ass and I'll give them a big fuck you, because I'm not praying for you. Because first of all, the best person to pray for someone is themselves. You know, like when I pray, I'm praying to my higher self. So my higher self knows me the best because that is part of me. So when I pray for myself, I'm praying to my higher self, and So I don't know what you're talking about, Chosen. Are you talking to me? I hope you're not talking to me. Because, see, this is the thing. This is why I'm so hesitant about offering free questions, because people come in here and it's like a trap. It's like a damn trap. Just like this person. Wait, why couldn't you answer my question? Like, I don't have to be up here giving my energy away like this. I do this so that I'm doing something once a week for the collective who may not be able to afford my services at this time. But what you not gonna do is come in here and talk crazy to me and think that my spirit team isn't sitting there like, don't you know we see you, motherfucker? Even though I know that the people who don't want to pay for my readings or my services, they'll be the same people that'll go out and spend $20 a day on Starbucks. And Starbucks don't give a damn about your well-being in life. Okay? They would rather you come and spend all your coin at their establishment and be homeless. Thank you, so. I'm like, what the fuck? Hey, from Oregon. Okay. I went to Oregon once. All right. I asked her a question. Huh? If I'm just taking, thank you, Michael. I'm just taking the last question I see on my page because I don't have a moderator, and I'm just gonna read the last question that comes up. I did like it. It was cool. Okay, hold on. Shadana, I've seen your question a couple times. Shadana, will A let me know their feelings? Higher self spirit, will A let Shadana know their feelings? I feel like this person does a lot to try to show you their feelings through their actions. I don't get that this person is very talkative. So let me know if there are like things, sweet things that this person does to show you how they feel. Thank you for the heart me. You said there are moments. Okay. I do think that that's going to be an issue for the relationship overall. Like, even though the person like tries to show you in different ways, it's giving the energy of like, I go to work, don't I? Like, I pay the bills, don't I? Like, and I'm not saying this is exactly how it is, but it's giving that type of energy. Like, this person is like, you should just be grateful that I'm in a relationship with you. You should be grateful that I pay bills. You should be grateful that I'm not cheating on you. You should be grateful that I'm not beating on you. You know, like that type of energy. So, I mean, those are like showing you that they care about you, but at the same time, it's not like taking you out on dates and taking you on trips and stuff like that. So it's like, is that what you want out of a relationship? Let me know if that resonates. You said nah. Okay. Well, spirit must not want me to read your energy. All right, so the next question I see is, Lakeisha, is my husband willing to fight for our marriage? Higher Self Spirit, is Lakeisha's husband willing to fight for the marriage? So the energy is that, like, he is willing to fight for the marriage. That's the energy that I'm getting. But I feel like there's some kind of interference, like maybe someone that he's consulting with is not giving him good advice. So I definitely think that maybe more communication on your end will help to balance that out, because if he's getting bad advice externally, but then you're showing him and telling him something completely opposite, then he can kind of like reconcile being willing to work on the relationship with what you're showing him and doing versus what somebody else might be telling him. That sounded kind of confusing as I was saying it, so let me know if that resonates at all. You said thanks. His ex is burning candles on us. So yeah, I mean, that could be a problem, but I don't believe spell work actually works. I mean, that's just me though. I don't worry about no fucking spell work at all. Like, I fully believe that I am divinely guided and protected at all times. So I would encourage you not to like feed into that mentally, and just work on your marriage. I mean, like, basically what I was getting is that if he's got some interference, he just needs for you to kind of do some things differently in order to give him that like reassurance. So he may be feeling energetically what she's doing, but I don't feel like it's going to affect the big picture, because if he's willing to fight for the marriage, if you're willing to do your part to contribute to saving the marriage, then there's no spell work that can penetrate that at all. So I hope that helps you. All right, you're welcome. Okay, Michael. Higher Soul Spirit, what do you have to tell Michael about the new job? It's giving the energy that it's gonna be really a really good job. Like it's gonna be something you really like doing and will be promoted easily. It's kind of like spirit is saying that this is like a reward for how you handled things at the last job. It's given the energy of like the last job was maybe very tumultuous, like interpersonally and stuff like that. Not job wise, but just like interpersonally with coworkers and stuff. Let me know if that resonates. You said, you're right. I'm still at the job, but I'm leaving soon. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Yeah, your spirit guides are like, yeah, we gonna get you up out of there, and you gonna like the next job. It's gonna be like kind of like getting double for your trouble, basically. Um, but thank you for trusting me with your energy. Um, you're welcome. All right, hold on. The comments are going fast. Melanie, will I get hired at Dosage? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Will Melanie get hired at the D job? Will Melanie get hired? I feel like you would get hired, like a conditional offer, but there may be something about your background. Let me know. Like your when I say background, I mean like kind of like history, like maybe criminal history. I'm trying not to put your business out there like that, but if that is your business. Um, so let me know if that resonates at all. I do feel like it's something you may just have to clear up or explain. I don't know. But hi, Maria. Are you still here? Hi, Miss Trina. Hi, Gabriella. You said no, but someone I knew. You said no, but someone I knew I was applying there, and I couldn't even tell them. And I didn't even like. Oh wait, hold on. No, but someone I know knew I was applying there, and I didn't even tell them. Um. So is this person someone that can like badmouth you or like it doesn't have to be criminal. So like if you had a previous position that was like didn't go so well or something like that, that someone can possibly like hinder you getting a job. So it's given the energy of like you know, a preliminary offer, but then like there's something that, you know, I mean, it doesn't have to be, but like a credit check or something, you know, like there's some other kinds of background stuff that different jobs do. And you know, it could be related to just somebody trying to badmouth you about a previous position, but let me know. You said not that I know of, but I'll keep it in mind. Okay. Like I said, I don't think that it's going to prevent you from getting the job, but something is going to come up that you're going to have to deal with before you can officially take the job. Like, that's just the energy. I feel like it could be something that you can just explain away, or if you have a very common name, it may be something that comes up on a background check that's not you, but then you have to, like, you know, get the documentation to say that it's not you. You know, so it doesn't have to necessarily be because of something you did. It could be, you know, something that you just have to deal with. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. You're welcome. Isabel, should I move it on with Jesus? Her soul spirit, should Isabel move on with Jesus? Do you mean move on, like proceed with the relationship, or separate? Because I feel like they're saying you need to separate from this person. Are you still here? Okay, I'm just gonna move on. Okay. Des, will my summer go as planned? Will Dez's summer go as planned? So I feel like they're saying yes, but I feel like it's according to the plan that you established before you got here. Maybe not your humanly planned. So I guess technically that would be a no. I hate to say that. But I feel like spirit is like, it's not gonna necessarily go exactly how you want it to go from a human perspective, but it's gonna go exactly the way it needs to go from a spiritual perspective. So whatever it is that you need to learn, you know, I feel like it's gonna help you to level up. But it may not be like exactly cookie cutter how you want it to look. So I hope that helps. Holly, is Donnie, you're welcome. Holly, is Donnie cheating on me? Is Donnie being faithful to Holly? I don't feel like Spirit wants me to read into that. Because it's giving the energy that, like, he's already, I'm not saying this is your situation, but it's giving the energy that, like, either he's already cheating on someone with you, and you're wondering if he's like cheating on both of y'all with somebody else type energy. Like, I'm not saying that's exactly how your situation is, but that's the way it's reading. You know, like, it could be a situation where, like, you got him kind of shady, so then now you're wondering about what he's doing. Like, I just feel like Spirit is like, you know the situation, so you can let me know if that resonates. I know I kind of got into your business, but if not, you know, it doesn't have to resonate. Because that's... Hey! What you said? No, I didn't see it. You said, but thank you for your time. You said been loyal 15 years. You talking about him? You and him? It's some, okay, well, I'm saying that there's something about how y'all got together that they're saying you should know how he moves. Like, it's giving the energy of maybe you knew he was all over the place before y'all got together, even if you didn't necessarily get him by cheating. But I'm just telling you how the energy is reading. It doesn't have to be the exact scenario for your situation. But the energy is reading that you knew what this person was like or how this person moved before y'all got together. And so you know that he's out there doing something. Like, you know he's out there because you knew that he was out there before y'all got together. You're welcome. So let me know if that resonates. When you say yes, thanks, love. Okay. So when and I do need to work on how I explain things and break it down. But when you get a reading, and this is just for everybody, a reader is reading the energy. So I'm just explaining how the energy reads, but it doesn't have to look exactly how I'm explaining it. So when you come into a reading, you do have to have like a really open mind about hearing what I'm saying, but like kind of figuring out if that energy makes sense with your situation. So eventually I'll get to the point where I can read the energy like I'm reading out of a book. You know, like, so on this day, this happened, da, 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 da. You know, but when I think there's like a misconception about how energy translates into words. You know, like, it takes a very skilled person to read energy anyway. If you're like, especially, and I'm not knocking reading cards because I use cards, but there's a difference in reading the energy of a card versus actually having to read energy. So You know, and then like I'll watch readers that I really like, that I know are skilled, and they're still giving like multiple scenarios. Like it could be this, it could be that, it could be this, it could be that. And so like they're trying to broaden the spectrum of the energy of the card that came out, but it's still, you still have to like kind of decipher things for yourself. And I'm just saying all of this because I really want people to exercise their own intuition more. You know, like the reading should be confirmation for what your intuition has already told you. So, you know, Ray, are me and R going to rekindle? Are Ray and R going to rekindle? I'm getting a yes for that. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Thank you for the gift. Athena, are we going to rekindle the current energy? You're welcome. Is Athena going to rekindle? I'm getting a no for that. There's something else going on with that situation, but Spirit is like, just say no, because yeah, it's some other stuff going on. All right, Phoebe, will my ex be involved with the baby? Will Phoebe's ex be involved with the baby? So I get the energy that he will be involved, but not like to the extent that you would like him to be involved. They were showing me like him, you know, coming to visit the baby, but it wasn't like he gets her every I'm saying her. Are you having a girl? And you said having a boy. Okay. Well, it's given that he'll be involved with the baby, but like not, you know, like I feel like you want him to be involved like every other week, or every other weekend, or every weekend, or something like that. But I feel like it's gonna be like more sporadic involvement. I know that's not what you want to hear, but you know, in the long run, you're gonna end up just fine. You're gonna have the love of your life, and that person's gonna treat your baby how, you know, like their own. And so I feel like his lack of involvement is gonna be kind of good in the long run, because then you won't have to like disrupt how much he spends time with the child, because it's gonna be somebody else. You know. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. All right. C, has DJ moved on? Has DJ moved on from C? I'm getting a no for that. It's definitely giving like it's almost I feel like it's anxious attachment or something like that, or like very codependent. So let me know if that resonates. You said I have the attachment style. Okay. Yeah, I don't think he's totally over it, but I do think that you're gonna have to work on that in order for it to be successful. But yeah, I don't feel like it's like final. But there will need to be some work on your end. All right, thank you for trusting me with your energy. You're welcome. All right, Ari. Oh Lord, the questions are going fast. Ari, how does Chase feel about me? How does Chase feel about Ari? I feel like they're saying he has a lot of respect for you, kind of like admires you for your intellect. Let me know if that resonates. He said yes, it does. Okay, good. That's good. That's really nice that he thinks about you like that. Because that to me says that he would be with you more for who you are versus like a physical thing. And that's major. He would rather, it's like giving sapiosexual, so like he would rather honor your intellect and how you can carry on a conversation versus like ever coming at you like I just want to be with you physically type situation. So that's a beautiful thing. I love that. It's rare. Okay, Nina, will Aaron apologize? You said yes, thank you. Good. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. So Nina, will Aaron apologize? I'm getting a no. Is that Rianne? What's near future for Rianne and Tammy? Rianne and Tammy. Oh my God. I feel like there's a trip coming up. Like maybe y'all are going to plan a trip, or y'all will end up on a trip. But they're showing me like two people somewhere tropical. I don't know if that's where you were going with the question. Okay, yeah, you said yes if that was for me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was answering your question. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Oh, she's going with her mom to Bali. Okay. You're welcome. All right. So Carolina, or Carol, is it Carolina? How does Sebastian feel about Carolina? I feel like there's a lot of spell work being done on this situation, because the way it's taken me a minute to like be able to read into it, it feels like somebody is trying to do like a lot of work on this relationship or potential relationship. Do one of y'all have like an ex who might be into spiritual work or paying for it or something like that? You said, I mean, I'm into spiritual work. Okay, so are you like trying to cloak the relationship or something? Because it's like there's a lot like encapsulating the relationship. You said I've tried things, yeah. Well, first of all, I don't believe in any kind of spell work on a relationship or on another person, because you're trying to manipulate that person's free will, and that is heavily frowned upon by the divine. So like there's, you can do all the love spells on yourself. You can like manifest your person who's nameless. You don't want to like name a particular person. But I mean, to each his own. I know that some people wholeheartedly believe in doing spell work and that it's okay. I'm just not one of those people, because I don't believe in trying to manipulate someone else's free will. So I don't even know what your initial question was anymore. I've, completely distracted myself from the original question. But yeah, I feel like Spirit wanted to talk to you about like doing any kind of spell work, because that's not going to be good in the long run. Oh, how, yeah. I think this Spirit wanted to talk about the spell work, because I feel like what you're basically trying to do is you're trying to ask me to determine if your spell work has worked on him. And my spirit team is like, nah, we're not doing that. So I definitely feel like, though, I feel like Spirit is saying you need to stop what you're doing, because this person feels heavily protected. Yeah, like, and that's the thing, is like, please don't do spell work, because you might just fuck around and do spell work on somebody who is heavily protected. Heavily protected. And what maybe you think you've gotten away with previously with other energies, like, it's not the same for this person. So, honey, I'm just trying to tell you, please stop. So, some people, you say, yeah, I mean, I get it, I think. Some people may not realize that they're doing spell work. Like, if you're doing spell work, if you're just like speaking affirmations and you're calling someone's name, that's considered spell work. So, I mean, it doesn't have to mean that you're like, doing anything bad. Anything to create a situation where the person's free will is being infringed upon is not, it's just not going to end well. And this is just for anybody who's watching me. I'm just letting everybody know that, I'm not that reader, because I have a high level of respect and reverence for the divine, and the divine does not play that at all whatsoever. And that's why it's quite interesting to me that there's so many spiritualists like being outed right now for I think that the advice that I would give you is just take heed to the divine. Like, if the relationship was supposed to be, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. Like, I've been in multiple situations where I felt like that person was my person, and I could most definitely, because my energy is so big, like, I could use my energy to try to like get that person to be with me. But I'm like, I'm not gonna do that, because that's like cheating. I have multiple options. Like, there's no one soulmate that I've missed out on. There's no like the person or my person that I could ever miss out on, because the divine, if it's a divine, like a divinely guided, appointed relationship, it like the success of the relationship is inevitable, because the divine is behind it. If it's just like one of your options of a soulmate or whatever, that person, just like you have your half of the contract to uphold, that person has their portion of the soul contract to uphold. So I could do everything on my end for the relationship to be good, but if that person doesn't want to do their part, then I can't control that person. I'm not going to try. So, but my thing is, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Because you said, wow, thank you. I think I needed a different perspective. Yeah. There's no, because that's what bothers me about like that whole thing with getting initiated with the Orishas and Ifa and all that stuff. First of all, I had some of the most treacherous spell work sent to me by someone who was initiated into Ifa. And she was like, also she was like one of the more higher ranking people. Like, she actually had like daughters under her and shit like that. And I'm like, if you're doing that as a representation of that, belief system, Like, how could you believe in the Orishas? How could you believe that you're attached to an Orisha if you feel the need to do spell work on someone? Make it make sense. The only conclusion I can come to is that these people think that their affiliation with the Orishas means that they can wield the Orishas' power to do their bullshit. And absolutely not. The Orishas are part of Source. Do you think Source is going to actually allow you to use their energy to harm someone? That's crazy work. That's absolute crazy work. It's the same thing with ancient deities. Ra is not about to support you in no boo-boo. Neither is Tahuti. Neither is Isis. Come on now. Ari, I got your payment. So I'm gonna pause to do Ari's reading. Okay, Ari, what's your question? Sorry, I'm yawning. And I slept late today. But them dogs kept me up because they want to sleep with me and move every time I move. Okay, Ari, let me know what your question is. Thank you for the rose, Nisa. Thank you for the hand heart, April. Ari, I hope you're not getting filtered. You might have to just put one word at a time. Thank you for the follow. Okay, just put one word at a time. Jacket. Thank you for the follow. Oh. Stop. Excuse me. I'm about to do a reading for Ari right now, so if you could just hold your comments. And this is a paid reading. Okay, do I see you and Chance, you and Chase, rather, connecting more? Okay. Higher Soul Spirit, do you see Ari and Chase connecting more? I feel like I'm getting a yes. Do you all have like businesses or gifts that complement each other? Because it's given the energy of you all working together to do like a collaborative project. He has a business, but we don't work together. Okay. But I mean, so do y'all have anything that complements each other? Like, is something that you do maybe like part of your creativity that would benefit his business? And it doesn't have to resonate. It's just that's the way the energy is reading. Like the two of you could collaborate. Um I'm guessing you said no. Okay. Um no. Okay. Um so spirit, let me make sure I'm reading her energy. It may be somebody that he's working with. So, all right. Why'd you say yo? Um, so I feel like it is given the energy of collaboration, um, but from an energetic standpoint, because we have the Page of Wands and the King of Wands. I feel like this is his energy and this is your energy. Um, so from like more of an energetic standpoint, there definitely had to be like some kind of transformation that took place, like possibly an awakening. Because like one or both of you needed to get past some things. So you said for him or me. So he's coming out as this King of Wands energy, which is like the more experienced person. And you're coming out as the Page of Wands. So his energy is like he's more in tune with his energy, in his power, those type of things. So his energy could actually help you to ascend from the Page of Wands into the Queen of Wands. So like from an energetic spiritual perspective, you all can collaborate, um, and elevate yourselves. But I definitely, do you feel like he's the more mature person, like emotionally mature? Because that's the energy that is given, like being very balanced, you know, knowing how how to manage his energy. The infamous midget, you might want to bow out now. Because we not playing those games up in here. You said he's such a reserved person. He doesn't speak as much, but he does give that vibe. Okay. So yeah, I definitely think that you can benefit from his energy and him knowing who he is. And like that's part of the transformation. You said we haven't connected fully yet for me to learn him. Okay. Um so yeah, I mean it's giving that maybe both of you had to go through a transformation before actually getting together. But that I feel like he will be a tremendous benefit to you energetically, and like helping you to maybe even regulate your nervous system. You said if we were to date, do you see it being a good thing? I mean, absolutely. If he's able to help you to manage your energy, yes, 1000%. Do you feel like you're kind of all over the place emotionally, like especially when you get into relationships? Because it could, like, it's kind of giving the energy of maybe you have some trust issues, abandonment issues. Like, I know that's common in relationships, but that's something that he could help you with energetically, like without even really saying much. You said also that's true. I did just go through a lot and I finally got my own place and new car. I do have abandonment issues. Okay. So yeah, I feel like his energy is going to help you work through those issues tremendously. It's definitely giving healer energy. But just by him being who he is and knowing who he is, like I said, and being like in leadership energy, energetically, he's in like leadership energy. So he's going to be leading you to like a healthy relationship. So like there's things that you can do outside of the relationship that contribute to the benefit of the relationship, but there's just some things that you do in connection with someone else. You said, can I ask one more question? Sure. If it's related to like what we're talking about. Didi Queen, I'll go back to free questions, but I'm doing a paid reading right now. Okay. You have a son, 11 years old. Does that make him scared to date you? I don't get the energy that he's scared of that at all. Because when you're in King of Wands energy, you don't scare easily. And that's why I'm saying that he's going to help you to heal all of those concerns that you have around relationships, including you having a child. Because like he's in whatever emotional ups and downs you have, that's not gonna scare him off. And that's why I'm saying he's going to help you heal, because, and I'm laughing because this guy that I dated before he passed away, he would do that to me. He would be like, look, you ain't called me all day. What's the issue? And I'd be like, really? Internally, I'm like scared of the relationship. Like, I don't want to fall too hard for this person too quickly. And I also don't want to come across as being like thirsty or whatever. So he would be like, yo, don't act like you can't call and check on me type shit. And I'd be like, thank you. It's all good. He's a heavy part of my spirit team, and I understand why he had to transition. You said, okay, oh wow. Yeah, but he's going to be someone who is going to show you energetically the ropes, and it's going to be nice. You said, I will go into my shell when my world is a lot without telling anyone. Yeah, so I definitely think he's going to be the type of person. You said, so I love that for me. Yes, I think he's going to be the type of person where he's going to be like, it's safe for you to come out of your shell, little baby turtle. Like, he going to be like, it's safe to come out. I'm safe. Yeah, he's gonna let you know. So oh my gosh. But thank you for trusting me with your energy. But see how, like, that's what I was talking about earlier, how like the energy, the way it was reading collaboration, working together. And that's why I was asking about, you know, your professions possibly complementing each other. But really is energetically you will be collaborating. Okay, thank you. I got your Cash App. What's your question? You say yes, it makes sense now. Yeah. So I apologize. Like when I'm trying to read energy, it like I said, it because I'm not hearing anything, I'm not always seeing things as I'm reading the energy. Like it has to be very broad and then narrow it down because I'm just letting, if y'all can imagine, I'm just letting information drop into my head and then I'm articulating that information. But I'm not doing anything else. Oh, thank you. Okay, Lily. So Lily, you're the one that paid, right? Yeah, Lily Rose. Hi, Ashley. Okay. All right, so Lily Rose, what's coming in for me in love? What's coming in for Lily Rose in love? What's coming in for Lily Rose in love? I feel like they're showing me two people hiking, two people going on like lunches in the park, and you know, just like a cool relationship. I definitely see a nice relationship on the horizon. Let me pull a couple cards for you. Ooh! The first two cards out. That's a healthy relationship right there. Two star beings living their best life. Oh my God. Spirit said all them cheap ass people that wouldn't invest in you mentally, physically, and emotionally, you gonna get rewarded for that. Oh my God. You said just left a really toxic relationship that was very hard. Yeah, you gonna get double for your trouble. You hear me? Yeah, that person was definitely operating from the Magician in the reverse energy. And this is kind of like your energy right now about relationships, but Spirit was like, don't even trip. Don't even trip. Because we coming through. So, yeah. Yay, Lily. Congratulations. But that's what you get when you do the work. So whether you had to do the work within a relationship or on your own, like that's the energy of how your relationships are when you have done the work. Can y'all calm down, you little butts? But thank you for trusting me with your energy, and thank you to everyone who has purchased the question. I appreciate your support. What's that, Lily? I think that you kind of answered your own question. I feel like you are very intuitive, and so like I definitely feel like there's a possibility that this person will be a test for you. But like the ultimate test would be you choosing yourself first. So what's gonna have to happen is ultimately you're going to have to prove or show that you're choosing yourself, and then the person can come on in, you know. So but yeah, when you have when a thought like that comes across your mind, 90% of the time that's your intuition telling you, like giving you a heads up. And that's what's up, because that's an open book test right there. Most people don't get that information ahead of time. You're welcome. All right, Melissa, how's my future career looking? Can you ask a more specific question? Because that's getting into like a reading. Is it really over between G and Tony? I'm getting a no, but I feel like Spirit is saying it's not up to you to try to push the issue. Because I feel like you may be the type of person that, like, if you get a reading that says it's not over, that then you'll start like reaching out to the person and trying to reconnect. And I feel like Spirit is saying this is not the time for that. You know, like the overall energy is, you know, good, but for you to try to like intervene and do stuff to try to make it work because you feel like at the end it's going to be successful, that's not, they don't want you to get involved like that. Yeah, it would definitely be better for you to let her come to you, for sure. So I hope that helped you. All right, Teresa, will Nikki and I fix the relationship? Thank you, Ashley. I'm getting a no for that. Prosper, do I still need to continue with God's time or just give up? Should Prosper continue with God's time? I'm getting that you should not continue. Katrina, well, I have identical twins. I feel like they don't want me to answer that. Trinity, does V like me romantically? Does Trinity like V romantically? I'm getting a yes for that. You're welcome. Elizabeth, will I receive? Hold on, I don't know what that means. Hartman, will Vanch and I fix our relationship? Will Hartman and V fix their relationship? Can y'all stop, please? I'm getting like, it's like a weird energy about that relationship. I'm getting a yes, but it's like, it's gonna be like rough. So basically, if whatever it was like beforehand that caused the separation, like y'all can get back together, but it's not gonna be any different. So let me know if that resonates. If y'all don't stop, Okay, I'm gonna move on if the person's not here. Y'all are seriously trying to wear me out. Come out of there. Get what you need and come on out. What y'all? All right, come on out, little boy. Trying to get the daggone toy. Why is this on the floor? Y'all be tripping. Does Ashton have romantic feelings for Brianna? I'm getting a yes for that. Elizabeth, I don't really want to do a pregnancy question, honestly. Melissa, will my career bring in good money for? Will Melissa's career bring in good money? Melissa, were you thinking about doing something in sales or like network marketing or something like that? So when you say healthcare, does it have anything to do with sales? I'm not sure what a CRNA means. Oh, nurse anesthesia. I mean, I think that you kind of know just by virtue of the position that it's going to be decent money. It's giving the energy that it's going to require like a lot of work on your part. So not like just, I know nursing hours are treacherous as it is, but it's giving the energy like you will have to put in a lot more work than you may think. But I mean, that typically means like overtime pay and stuff like that. So, I mean, you know, all I'm saying is the energy is reading that like you will make good money, but it's going to come at a price. And the price is you have to sacrifice more time. But let me know if that resonates. Are you still here? Otherwise, I'm gonna move on, child. So Chloe, will Chloe get the job at FPP? Does it have anything to do with construction? Neurospicy Tarot. What happened? What did I do? You said, I'm Mark. Well, I went, oh. No, that's not. Who am I answering the question for right now? It's a machinery or assembly type job. Okay, that's what I was seeing. Because they were showing me like, one of those big like contractor machines that like digs the holes and stuff like that. I don't know what the hell it's called. But they were showing me that. So, okay, yeah. So I think that's a yes for sure. All right. You're welcome. Neurospicy, what did I do? Because I don't even remember what I answered for you, child. That's funny. I guess because I'm channeling, like, I forget stuff quick. Naomi will Gabriel, hold on. Lord. Oh, about the job. Okay, is the guy that Zaza is thinking of her as well? I'm getting a yes for that. Sharon, will I get promoted at work? Higher Soul Spirit, will Sharon get promoted? So I do feel like you will get promoted at work. It just gives the energy of like maybe a hiring freeze. So there might be like a pause in promotions for maybe 6 months or something, and then you'll be able to promote. That's the energy it's giving. I don't know. Since it's kind of future energy, you can let me know if that may resonate at all, but you may not even be able to answer that. You're welcome, Sharon. So, Flora, will Hassan, my ex, will Flora and Hassan get back together? So I know this isn't what you want to hear, but I'm getting a no. So Zeus, who will Zeus end up with? Higher Soul Spirit, who will Zeus end up with? I would like, they're showing me somebody, and let me know if this resonates with anybody you know, but they're showing me someone who is like small in stature, has a short curly haircut, and so like short and like a small body type. You said thank you so much. I know a girl with that body type. Okay. So yeah, I mean that's the image they were giving me. All right. Darian, will Audrey call Darian? You're welcome, Zeus. Will Audrey call Darian? I'm getting a no. It's giving the energy that somebody blocked somebody. So, Lauren, is it over between Derek and Lauren? I'm getting a yes for that. Mahia, I'm not getting that you're pregnant. I don't really like doing pregnancy stuff though. Naomi, will Gabriel ever regret losing me? Higher soul spirit. I'm getting a no, Naomi. Sherry, will Rob text me anytime soon? I'm getting a yes for that. Inkwell, I'm not just going to read general energy. If you want an actual reading that you pay for, then I can do that. But I'm answering like yes or no questions. And I may add to it, but I'm not just reading energy. So, Sam, is the energy between Nathan and Sam good? Is the energy between Nathan and Sam good? I'm getting a yes for that. Those Vixen love Valentine. You mean does Vixen love Valentine? I'm getting a yes for that. That's kind of a loaded question because it's kind of giving the energy of like they love what you can do for them type energy. So I don't know if that resonates, but. So Jacqueline, is Marvin her person? I'm getting a no for that. So there was somebody who asked a question. So Love Freeman, you asked if your credit score will improve. So I don't want you to waste your question on that. because, you know, that's something that you can do, you can work on from a human perspective. So if you're asking about like, will you get some money or something like that to assist with you paying your credit cards down and things like that would probably be a better question to ask, because I mean, you know, if you're behind on payments, then you would need money to get caught up, and then eventually your credit score would improve that way. If you just have a bunch of maxed out credit cards, but you're trying to, you know, pay the balances down or something like that, you know, like those are things that you can do from a human perspective. But, you know, there's a lot of people, like a lot of real estate agents who know people who help with credit repairs. So, I mean, that's something that you could do. Yeah, that's something that you can do with a credit repair person. If you have money, if you have money, but you don't have established credit, then they can help you to figure out what would be the best ways to establish credit. If you have money, but you have a bunch of maxed out credit cards, then you need to pay your credit cards off. Yeah, and if you only need a 620, then you don't have far to go to be able to qualify. So, you know, that's just, you know, a humanistic thing. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Adam. You're welcome. All right. Does Vixen love Valentine? I thought I answered that. I was getting, I think I gotta know. Because what I was saying is the person acts like they love you for what you can do for them. But if you say no, all hell break loose. Does that resonate where when you say no to this person, they act like they a damn 2-year-old throwing a temper tantrum? Okay, I'm gonna move on. What? Lily, I'm getting a no. Keisha, will Brittany and Keisha get back together? Her so spirit, will Brittany and Keisha get back together? I'm getting a no for that. You're welcome. Hafsa, does Jadir feel good about me after our last date? How does Jadir feel about Hafsa? I think that the date, it feels like the date went well. It does feel like that he might be entertaining other people, like dating other people, just to like date around. But I think it felt like it went All right, will Chloe be in a relationship soon? So Chloe, I do get the energy of a relationship, but it's not. It doesn't give the energy of like something you're gonna like. It'll be like the end all be all, like that's your person. It's giving the energy of kind of like some lessons learned from the relationship. If you were asking about if you were going to be in a relationship, that's who I was answering the question for. And I was saying, can y'all calm down? Hey, calm down. Hey, stop. Onyx. Stop. Onyx. Stop. 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 You stop. Hey. You stop. Stop. Don't bite. Do not bite. Do not bite. Stop. You stop. Yeah, go outside. Go outside and take a break. Oh my gosh. Go out there, girl. They fighting over a daggone toy. So, Brandy, is there a future with Anthony? Is there a future between Brandy and Anthony? I'm getting a yes for that. Brittany, will Elijah text me? I'm getting a no for that. So should Miss Bree let Orlando go? I'm getting a yes, and I feel like he is going to attempt to circle back many times to kind of test you. Because like I was saying to someone earlier, you're basically being tested to see if you can choose yourself first. So your spirit team is not looking at him as a good option. Does Rob want to reconcile with Jasmine? I'm getting a no for that. Will Capri and AJ be in a relationship soon? I'm getting a no for that. Will Xavier spoil and pamper me? Will Xavier spoil and pamper Justin? I'm getting a no for that. Justin, I feel like you asking me that question, but you know that that's not even her personality, so I'm not really sure why you asked me that. Maybe you're hoping one day she'll be like, oh, it's a guy. Yeah, but that's not even the person's energy. Like, they just not. So maybe you're hoping one day, but no. You said that's what he's making me out to be. That's what he's making out to be. Okay, yeah, that's his energy is like nothing but like just take. All right. So what will happen with the girls bullying you at school? I'm not getting the energy that they'll be properly punished. It's giving the energy of like either they have some pull with the school or their parents have a lot of money or like it's something political-ish. Isabel, will Ken be ready for a relationship? So is Ken ready for a relationship with Isabel? I'm getting a no for that. Shelly, I don't know what you're asking. Will my ex reach back out? Or are ties over? Are you just saying, will the person reach back out? I'm getting a no for will that person reach back out. So I guess it would, yeah, the connection would be over. Is Mike and Deborah, okay, I'm not reading other people's energy. Rhea, is it really over between P and Rhea? I'm getting a yes. Hi, Ashley. I'm good. How are you? I don't know what you're asking, dear. Will Jacqueline's ex reach out? I'm getting a no for that. Is Angie's ex Nelson looking to reconcile? I'm getting a no for that. So Christina, is a good job coming in April or May for Christina? So I feel like if you look for a job, that you will find something like more in May, but like you have to actually take the action. Okay. Yeah, I don't, it doesn't feel like something that you've already applied for. It feels like more like something that is coming in the future. So Rebecca, will we get yes for the house? Will Rebecca get a yes for the house? I feel like I'm getting a yes for that. Chantel, my spirit guide's happy with how I'm living life at the moment. So our Chantel spirit guide's happy. I feel like they're saying you might have too much on your altar. Do you have an altar? Hi, birdhouse. Okay, so maybe they're saying you need one. But I would say like don't put too much on there, but having an altar would be good. It just gives the energy of like maybe you have a lot going on and so you haven't had like a whole lot of time to connect with them. That's the energy that is given. And maybe, so let me know if that resonates. You said, oh wow, okay, I'm going to do that. Okay. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. You say, yes, I'm going to create a space that makes so much sense. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, but I mean, to answer your overall question, I do think that they're happy with how you're doing, but they just want you to connect with them more. All right. Will Priya get promoted on the job? Will Priya get promoted on her job? I feel like the answer is no, but it's given the energy of like maybe you've had some confrontations at work, or there's other people that don't necessarily like you that would try to like tell people not to promote you. So let me know. Are you still here? Sorry, what I miss? What Mercy say? I didn't really see your answer. I just saw yes indeed to Mercy. Is Angie's boyfriend detaining the one? I'm getting a no for that. Will Joy get a job? Hire herself. Spirit, will Joy get a job? I'm getting a yes for that. Will NH's boyfriend forgive them? I'm getting a yes for that. Lala, does AJ think about me and the relationship? So are y'all in a relationship? Because it's not giving the energy that y'all are in a relationship. Joy, I'm getting a yes for that. I'm not seeing people's responses. You said Lala in relationships? I don't know what you mean. That sun is strong. So heart, soul, spirit, or Sam's feelings for H real? Hey, Nix. I'm getting a yes because it's kind of, it feels like past life energy. So, like your energy is probably recognizing the person from a past life. So Birdhouse, how is business looking for Birdhouse? The energy is that maybe you might have to lose some money to make some money. I know that's not really what you want to hear. But I feel like Spirit would give you a heads up on that because so that you don't get discouraged. So like just be prepared that you may have to go through like kind of a lower period before you get to the success part. Higher self spirit, is Isaiah watching Amari? I'm getting a no for that. Mark, does Giselle want to go back to Mark? Giselle. Does Giselle want to go back to Mark? I'm getting a no for that. Will Joy get in and work in Turkey? So I'm getting a no for that. Will Alex come back to Joy? I'm getting a no for that. And Michaela, is Robert telling Michaela the truth? I'm getting a no for that. It's giving the energy that this person tells such like fairy tales. Like it's almost like the lies be so elaborate, but it's like, yeah, that person is not, it's not a good look. Cause that's getting into like personality disorders, narcissism, and a bunch of other shit. Okay, are you Muslim or Will? Cause I'm not reading somebody else's energy. Will George come back to Helen? Will George come back to Helen? I'm getting a no for that. Wendy, that's up to you. Like, you can apply for whatever you want to apply for. Like, I'm not gonna read into like what you can do from a human perspective, because that just doesn't make sense, really. Because I mean, that would go against your free will. Like for spirit to tell you which one to apply for. Will Merv and Muslim get back together? I'm getting a no for that. Magdalena, am I gonna get a good response soon with the prosecutor? So will Magdalena get a good response with the prosecutor? I'm getting a no for that. Is Sebastian the one for Adeline? Is Sebastian the one for Adeline? I'm getting a no. should Jeffrey give up on the restoration of the marriage? So that's giving too much information to the reader. Should you give up on the restoration of your marriage after she walked out? Like that, to me, for me, that's too much information. Because a reader can read into the information that you're giving them. But should Jeffrey give up on the restoration? So I feel like Spirit is saying, as far as like giving up on your marriage, I wouldn't say just give up on the marriage, but I would also say that you need to be working on yourself. So I don't think that you need to focus on like the reconciliation part of it. I think that you just need to focus on you, and then whatever is going to transpire after you have done the work on you, then that is what is meant to be. Because I don't even know if Spirit really wants you to know definitively what the answer is at this moment. But I think that the best thing for you to do for like any type of future relationship would be just to work on whatever you feel like needs to be worked on. You're welcome. Okay. Nirmala, does my husband truly love me? So I was hearing like a marriage of convenience, and so the energy is that this person feels like he can do whatever in the relationship because he knows you're not gonna like leave or do anything, and you're gonna constantly pour into it regardless of what he does. So let me know if that resonates at all. Are you still here? So that's what I'm saying. Am I answering your question or somebody else's question? Like, it's given the energy that he's using you in a sense that he knows he can do whatever and you'll still be there. And it's not like there's no consequence. Well, I mean, I know it's not the most favorable thing to hear, but I feel like if you enable the situation, you have to really just take accountability for that, because he wouldn't think that if you hadn't given him the impression that that's, what was okay. So like I talk about this a lot, how men will test you. Men will test you in the getting to know phase. They'll only want to text you even though they know you want to actually talk on the phone. They'll only they'll give you limited interaction just to see if they can get away with something. They'll go missing for like a weekend just to test you to see if they could throw you some bullshit, and you be like, okay, like maybe you'll be mad at first, but then you'll be like, okay. So like people put, like, it doesn't matter whether it's male or female, people put people through some like wild shit in the beginning so that they can then see, okay, is this someone that I could, move around on type energy. I would still say that your relationship the best. These readings are meant to be for entertainment purposes only, and I would hope that you wouldn't like wild out on a person because of what I'm saying. But it's basically like you kind of knew, like by the way you set the relationship up, you kind of knew that it was gonna be like that. But so I know that was a lot. I'm about to hop off here because I was hungry and I was tired. How long have I been on here? I've been on here almost 3 hours. But thank you for liking the live. I will see y'all next Friday. Get down. I may be on later, but I'm not gonna do any more free because it's draining me. All right, thank y'all for hanging out with me.